What's up, y'all? I know it is already past Halloween, but I just watched one of my favorite scary movies, and it got me feeling in a spooky mood. All right, so I done came up with a little something for us today. Now, I don't know about y'all, but me personally, I'm a big like monster movie type of scary movie type of guy. Like, I'm not. I like paranormal movies. The Conjuring's cool. I like some other stuff, maybe when it's like aliens coming down or something like that. But what really gets me going is when there's like something in the woods, like running you down, coming to get you, coming to eat you. That's what scares me, right? That's what millions of years we've been evolved, getting used to being scared of, right? Something coming to get you at night. Okay, so that's the type of scary movie I like. So today I've compiled a list of different movie monsters in that genre, I would say, of monster, right? We got a couple little fun ones in here that don't really quite fit that mold, that description, but the rest of them are pretty spot on. Now, I don't want to do a normal S through F type of tier list because they're honestly all pretty rough. They're all going to be pretty tough. So I think we just rank these guys based on our likelihood to be able to survive them using common sense, right? In their typical environments, right? Now, we aren't going to give them their full abilities. Some of these guys, fight with, and I guess you'd say a pack, you know what I mean? They fight with a multiple accomplices, right? So we ain't gonna give them that privilege of having backup. So it's just gonna be all one-on-one encounters, right? What's the likelihood? Maybe I see it coming that I could survive. I'm gonna give myself the best chance of winning because they're honestly all gonna be pretty difficult. So let's get right into it, guys. The first movie monster that we're gonna cover today is gonna be the Thanator. If that sounds familiar to you, it's because it's from Avatar. You guessed it. This thing is found on the moon of Pandora, right? And it's honestly one of the tougher ones we're gonna have to deal with. Which I guess not, because this one can be killed by physical means, right? You can shoot it and it will die eventually if you got the firepower, right? You're gonna need some big guns. I don't think any type of regular gun that you might have access to, like, or I might have access to, is gonna really be able to is really gonna be able to stop it effectively. Because it's just me at the end of the day. Um, this thing has like 9-inch fangs, which is terrible, right? That's gonna go directly through my skull if it was to bite me. The only way I'm surviving this is if I'm able to at least get in some type of hiding spot, maybe, or some type of like crevice that it can't get to, like Jake did in the movie, to at least get some shots off. Right now, it might be a slow burner, right? This might be one that we have to cook over time because it's huge. In the movie, it looks giant compared to Jake's avatar form, right? And as we already know, the avatar forms are like double, 2.5 times the size of our normal forms, right? So it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. Maybe not 2.5. Probably more like, yeah, probably about 70% bigger, I would say. Going off straight memory, okay? It's been a while since I've seen the Avatar movie. Anyway, I do remember how scary this creature was. So gonna have to get in a crevice. Gonna have to have a lot of ammo. A gun's gonna be almost the answer to all of these. Okay, except a couple of them, really, because that's all we have. We don't have no claws, and we don't have no teeth to bite these guys back. So we can either run or we can come up with some type of idea to kill it. So it being this big, man, it's gigantic. It probably weighs like, I'd imagine it's 18 feet long, about 8.5 feet tall. I'm guessing it's probably gonna weigh at least 2 ton, maybe. It's all muscle. Sounds about right. On a moon. I don't know why that would apply to anything, but it's an alien creature. So where are we gonna put the Thanator on our list? I think we're gonna put our Thanator on the list at 1-on-1. in some type of giant redwood forest with a bunch of guns, we'll put it in slight chance that we can survive. All right, we'll give it a slight chance. The next movie monster that we're gonna cover is gonna be the mutant bear from Annihilation. Okay, now Annihilation gas film. Okay, wonderful. Everything looks amazing about it. Great concept. 10 out of 10. Need to check it out. Now, the mutant bear from Annihilation. It's the mutant bear is a black bear that got its DNA all reconfigured and everything, and it ended up mutating and becoming, as you could probably assume, much worse. Now, it was caught up. What mutated it was this thing called the Shimmer. The Shimmer being this alien organism, I guess you can call it, or I don't even know what you'd call it, because basically what happened, meteor came down, landed at the St. Mark's Wildlife Refuge in Florida, right? Of course, right? In Florida. And basically, this little thing started growing, like almost like some type of like a berry. I guess you could probably imagine it as like a sphere, right? Growing. They call it the shimmer because when you look at it from the outside, it has like a shimmering, like gloss effect. You could tell that it's something like some type of force field, right? That you could go through. Inside of that shimmer, this alien, whatever it is just changing up every living organism's DNA, merging it with other things, and it's just a whole ordeal that humans got to deal with in one way or another. So the mutant bear originates from there, right? And this thing isn't no regular black bear, right? This thing honestly is about the size of probably about the size of a grizzly bear, or I guess yeah, medium brown bear. Not, it ain't ginormous, but it's a big bear, and it's very strong now. Increased strength, increased speed, all the traditional things you would imagine with a mutated bear, except this one has the ability to mimic voices that it hears, right? Which is terrifying. Okay, absolutely horrible. Also, doesn't have a face in the movie. And in the pictures, it's honestly kind of hard to see in the movie, but in the pictures that you look up of it, it has another person's like face, skull inside of it, right? Like protruding from the side of it. It's a skull on one side, right? Now in the movie, spoiler alert, it kills one of this chick's friends, the main antagonist's friends, or yeah, friends, and yeah, just swipes her jaw off right off her face. So typical super strong bear activity. It is killable. You know what I'm saying? It can die from regular means. You know what I mean? So I don't think this would be too big of an issue, honestly. If I seen it coming, if I had a little bit of some type of weapon on me. Of course, again, I don't have claws and teeth like it does. I have no weapons. Got to improvise. I get the right to have a weapon. If I got a regular old, we might be taking it down with a regular old 12 gauge, but it's gonna be tough, and you're gonna have to place. I'm gonna have to place some really well chosen shots. I guess we'll place shots. The target selection is gonna be very key because I mean, there's no telling. It could eat a couple of those before it really starts feeling them. Maybe a rifle's the better way to go because you can't have that many shells, right? A rifle, at least you can lay down some consistent fire on it and be moving, right? In the woods, gonna be tough if you got any type of 50-yard, 100-yard jump on me. Really, I'd have to see it coming. If it's trying to break into a house or something that I can maneuver around and shoot it at choke points, it gets a little bit different. I'm gonna give the mutant bear from Annihilation with any type of fair chance, bro. We're gonna put it in a slight chance. We're gonna put it in a slight chance, because we might actually no. We're gonna bump it down to scrap it out. Might be a bit of a scrap, but I think we'll be able to get them for real. Moving on. The next one we're gonna cover, one of my favorites, honestly. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. You might even be able to tell by my demeanor. I love this one. All right. The third contestant in this ranking, I guess. And the third pick is going to be the monster from the movie The Monster. Okay, I know, mind blowing stuff, right? But here's the thing about this one. This one's quite scary in my opinion, right? Because I try to put myself in the shoes of the people in these movies, man. And this one's tense the whole time. Now, I don't want to give no spoilers in this video to the whole plot of the movie because I do want y'all to actually go out there, and if you can, I want to put some people on to these scary movies because they're good stuff. But the monster in this movie, I'm going to describe him to you and tell you some of the stuff he does. So, light spoilers. The monster in this movie has like pitch black reptilian skin. I'm talking it's dark. Cannot see it, bro. Cannot see this thing in the dark. It kind of, its overall appearance almost looks like it evolved kind of from like some type of bat, honestly, because it has like this skin flaps from its hands to its, I guess, like its knees or feet, kind of to its hips at least. So it kind of resembles a bat-like structure, almost like a ground bat, really. Now the thing is, which goes to our advantage, scared of light. Now, not all light, and not for very long, right? It has to be bright light, and it has to be kind of directed at it. But if you just like left the light on or something for a while, it's gonna get used to it, right? It's not gonna just keep falling for a thing because it is a little bit intelligent, right? In the movie, it likes to stalk the people its prey. You know, it don't like to just go run up right up on them. It likes to take it slow. It likes to see kind of what they're doing, what their vibes are, maybe their reactions to certain things before it, goes for the actual kill. In the movie, it ends up at one point cornering one of our protagonists instead of directly immediately killing the person, which you would think an animal would. It does kind of like pause and kind of chill there for a minute, taking in her like terror, right? Kind of suggesting that it does take some type of enjoyment from killing terrified prey, killing people that, you know, didn't see it coming or something like that. It wants to know that it got you, essentially. So that there's some type of intelligence there, especially with the planning and the way it attacks in the movie, right? Now, again, it's scared of light, and if it's scared of light, oftentimes, which it is, scared of fire, right? So fire would be really the number one tool against this thing. And it also isn't some crazy superhuman thing. So it can be damaged. It isn't like bulletproof. It ain't like crazy. It is just a biological normal being here. Might have came from somewhere else, or who knows its origin. That isn't really clearly stated in the movie, but it don't seem like it would be too terrible to take out. Now, it is absolutely horrifying. You would have to. The only way you're really gonna have a chance with it is if you encounter it during the day. Yeah, while lights outside. Once it turns dark, I mean, even if I light a fire, honestly, I don't see how long that's gonna keep me safe. I guess until daytime, maybe. But I gotta keep the fire going. I gotta get more firewood. How do I get firewood? I gotta go out into the dark, unless I'm cutting trees right next to the fire. But even then, how long is that gonna work? I'm standing by the fire with the gun, maybe, hoping I see it out there in this 360-degree plane of view I gotta look at to see where he's coming from. Unless I put myself in some type of corner, but either way, the same thing applies. Eventually, it's gonna figure out a way to get in on me real quick. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna just chill and wait forever. It's like you can't climb a tree either, because I got a good feeling it can climb a tree. It in the movie that never came up. There was never a situation where the protagonists could get to a tree, the right kind of tree. Unfortunately, it looks like there's nothing but pines around there, which that's no good when you're running from a creature. And either way, it'd probably be able to climb that. So it ain't really looking good for me. Fighting it, I've kind of based all these by fighting it in the woods or fighting it in a normal house. Nothing crazy special. Either one, fighting it in the woods, probably gonna die without backup. Honestly, slight chance. Number 4. All right. I know y'all know this one. Y'all are familiar with these guys. Fourth one we're going to look at today is going to be the Death Angels from A Quiet Place. Okay. We're going to be looking at a Death Angel from A Quiet Place. Bro, y'all know the story. Big ass rock comes from up in the sky, hit the ground, aliens on the world now. Okay. And these guys do not like us at all. They don't like any living life, actually. Anything that makes noise. They just don't like, honestly. Can't shoot them. Can't cut them. They're bulletproof. I mean, super hard skin, super strong. I mean, can flip cars. Crazy speed. I mean, there's no way, like, there's no outrunning them, outmaneuvering them. The only thing you have is hiding and being quiet. Okay? Yeah, I hear you. In the movie, old girl made a device, high pitched device, and was able to open up their weak point to get a good shot in. Ultimately, the likelihood I'm gonna come up with that shit and have the materials around to do it. The only thing I could think of maybe doing was like getting like an old stereo speaker, not a stereo, like a big box speaker or something with a microphone, turning the amp all the way up and putting the microphone next to the speaker and getting some feedback. You know what I'm saying? That's about all I got. That's about all I got. Other than that, I'm just hiding. This is a hiding thing. I'm accepting my new life of silence and of, reflection on what was before. Before the great quietening. Yeah, would a death angel me in the house, screwed, in the woods, screwed. How long can I survive before I make too much noise? Before I get a bad case of the coughs, before I sneeze in the wrong spot. Yeah, this one's just, for me, out here in the woods, man, unreasonable. If there's one in my area, I can't make no noise, but I can't have no animals, nothing like that. I gotta do nothing but indoor farm mostly. I can't even really outdoor farm too much because what if I gotta, what if I get bit by a snake outside working the field or quietly or something, walking on my sand, I get bit by a rattlesnake or something. I go, fall down. It comes sprinting out the wood. Now I gotta be all quiet, try to get back to the hut and amputate the bottom of my leg before I die. Right? It's just not gonna work. We're gonna put these on probably 0% chance survival. Probably absolutely could. Yeah. Death Angels. Not a good shot. And they low key pack hunt. I know we're just fighting one, but they do low key pack hunt. So let's just keep that also in your brain noggin. Yep. 0%. Number 5, bro. Number 5. Already halfway through. And I'm gonna throw in a little oddball in here. This one's a little bit different. Definitely not as crazy. And it doesn't really fit the mold of the other ones in this video, but I thought we needed a little bit of an oddball. We got 2 oddballs in this one. I'd consider both of them oddballs. This one definitely is an oddball, okay? So the 5th pick we're going to go is going to be the Crits from Critters. Now, this is a sleeper pick. Not many people know about Critters now, and if you do, hey, I recognize, all right? Crits from Critters. Now, these little guys, they probably about this big. I think they're like this big in the first movie, but they get about this big in the later movies. Probably about this big. Probably about a foot and a half tall, right? Fat little friggers, fat little fucks. Sorry, I'm just gonna let them rip. Keep doing it. Fat little fucks. They they roll up into balls and roll around, like roll towards you and stuff, and they jump out to come and get you. They got big old mouths. They look at their smile. They're so menacing looking, red beady eyes, and their mouths like open up huge to reveal like lines of teeth. Man, it's terrible. But the thing is, these guys aren't really that formidable. Now they are kind of smart. Now at the beginning of the first Critters movie, they're like getting transferred to like an intergalactic prison planet, right? Because they're just so terrible, right? The people are so nervous about these guys because they eat everything. They just eat everything. So the real thing you got to worry about with these little crits is them outnumbering you. Like, one roll up, you're like, oh, it was a little crit. Two roll up, you're like, ain't that bad. But then 3, 4, 5, then it gets kind of crazy, right? So before that ever even happens, I'm gonna allow these crits, 3 crits, just because they're so weak and puny compared to my giant form. 3 crits, I'm still whooping them off the couch. Really, I ain't worried about no crit. These guys ambush people really. People that are just like frail. I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, they got one guy, the Easter Bunny. I think why he was taking a piss. Honestly, like that's when they caught him. I think they jumped up and bit his dick. So yeah, the crits not really that tough. They do have these like spines on their back, kind of like a porcupine up underneath their shaggy, dirty, just nasty brown little hair. Yeah, so you gotta watch out for that. You can't go willy nilly kicking and stomping at them because you might get poked, and that ain't good at all. I don't really quite remember if they have any type of like. I don't think they have any like poison or nothing. I think they can just like shoot the quills at you or something like that, and like stick in you, like some toothpicks or something. But it doesn't too crazy. I think a good initial kick of one, boom, would be good. Or if I can get a hold of its little body, like get a hold of it like one of its little arms and just start slinging it, some centrifugal motion so he can't reach back and grab me. Like boom, just nail right into the side of a wall or something. Easy. Um, I don't even think I need a gun. I'll just get a baseball bat, clean these fools up off the couch. Crits from Critters, great classic old movie. Should give it a watch. I think it. I could be wrong, but I read something when I was getting my notes together that it was Leonardo DiCaprio's debut film was the first Critter. So check that out for sure. Moving on. Number 6. We got another one of my favorites. This is probably my number 1 pick as far as would never want to have to deal with this specific, not just one of them, but like its whole kind. You know what I mean? And once I say the name, you're gonna know what I mean. But number 6 is gonna be the Xenomorph from Alien 1 specifically. We're gonna go with just Alien 1 specifically. That drone is the Xeno we're going with. Now, if you know, you know, right? I mean, there ain't even much I really gotta say about these guys, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it anyway. The Xenomorph species as one, they're a hive mind. Let's go ahead and get that out the way. Number 2, they have parasitic face fuckers that shove eggs down your throat to impregnate you. All right, and then like depending on what movie you're in, might be an hour, might be a couple days. Eventually, within a couple of days, within maybe a day to 2 days, a small alien's gonna burst out of your chest violently and then slither off like a snake somewhere to go hide and grow up into a full fledged like 7-8 foot tall alien, right? Xenomorph drone or whatever variant it becomes thereafter. But the Xenomorph itself, that's terrible, right? The Xenomorph itself, about 7-8 feet tall, probably. I think let me see, about 7-8 feet tall, more than likely. I ain't got it written down honestly. Semi-hard, yet flexible, like exoskeleton exterior, right? It's slick. It looks hard. It don't look like, it don't even. It looks like some small arms. Like you shoot with a 22, might bounce right off. Might just stick in it or something. Like I don't think it's that big of a deal. It does also have acid blood. Now, in the movies on spaceships, this does become a little bit more of a problem because you can't directly engage with the alien or xenomorph as you typically would because its blood's just going to burn through the hull, and then eventually you're going to be exposed to like the vacuum of space, and then everybody on the ship dies instantly, basically. So they had to go a little bit of a different route, confronting it. Acid blood, uh, gigantic, solid black as well, stealthy as shit, very smart, very smart. Probably the smartest, probably the smartest one out of all of the ones we have on this list is probably the most intelligent. It will stalk you. It will figure out what you do. It can smell pheromones. So even if you're hiding, it can still probably find you. It might take it a while. Eventually, it's probably gonna work out where you're at. It can smell you. It can. I think it can like kind of even see your heat as well. I want to say it can see heat. So that's not good either. Now, super long tail, big spike on the end, claws. I mean, this thing out in the woods. Gun, got myself a good old fashioned American AR-15 or something. Honestly, bro, I think we might be okay. We might be okay as long as I can see it. I can see it coming. It's gonna be doing some weird sporadic movement. It is crazy fast, so I would have to be putting the pressure on it immediately to get it slowing down and then really, finish the job. But yeah, out in the woods, I think I have a pretty good shot at neutralizing it. Right, if I got a weapon or something, if I got a gun at least. Any other weapon is not going to cut it. Any type of melee weapon is not going to cut it. Even like a katana or some shit, not going to work. I cut its tail off. It slings its tail at me, throws acid on me. And I'm like, burning. And then it eats me. You know what I'm saying? It's not good. And it has that little inside mouth. It's just wanting to get close to me to give me a little kiss with that inside one in me that way. So, going to have to be in the woods with a gun. Can't be, I don't even think in the house, honestly, is going to work either. I'm thinking maybe shotgun. Got him in the hall. It's coming in the hallway. You see it coming. It's so fast. The likelihood you're going to be able to get multiple shots off on it before it closes that distance, super unlikely. Talking about me, super unlikely, and probably anybody, super unlikely. Um, yeah, and then there's just the acid in that close proximity. I think it's honestly, we're gonna do slight chance for the xenomorph from Alien 1, the Nostromo xenomorph. Just because if I got some distance and I got projectile based weaponry that I'm efficient with, I'm gonna be able to get it, or semi efficient with, I'm gonna be able to kill him. All his attacks rely on him being close to me enough to grab me, hit me with his tail, something like that. Close quarters in a house, maybe not so much. We're gonna do slight chance. Presuming I got the favorable setting for the battle. Let's do that. Xenomorph at slight. The next one we're gonna go over, number 7. All right, let's do it. Number 7. Okay, it's gonna be the animals from Animal. Right, creative with names. I know they're geniuses, but the movie monster is actually pretty horrifying. I think the whole concept of it. It might not be pound for pound scariest looking. Like you look at it compared to every other monster ever. It might not be the scariest looking, but it's scary enough. It's scary enough looking, and functionally, it's horrifying, right? Number one, go ahead and get out the way. I know I'm taking these guys on in my mind, 1v1, right? These are 1v1 outs, no help. But these guys in the movie do pack hunt to a degree, right? There's multiple of them. In the movie, they don't directly engage in pack hunting, like I would say technique maybe, or whatever you might want to call it, any type of engagement scenario, but it's always one at a time, right? In the movie, the animal is nonstop calling every time it does something, kills something. It's doing this call, and you're thinking, yeah, it's probably calling. It's like it's packed, the rest of them, but throughout the whole movie they don't show up, and then I guess at the very end they do show up. Two more, potentially two new ones show up, but it also could be one that they thought they killed that survived, right? So they could potentially be resistant to fire to a degree. Not completely, but like a little bit. We can run out house fires. They could probably do it a little bit better. Maybe. That's considering it wasn't a third animal in the movie. I'm thinking there's 3 though. I'm thinking that first one did die in the fire. But yeah, the rest of the other 2 don't show up to the very end of the movie. Don't provide any type of actual support to each other in the movie. Now that could be because they were, working their own very broad and wide territories that had them so far apart from each other. They didn't close in on the one's position towards the end of the movie. But who knows? Really, I really don't know. All I do know is they're horrifying. Now we're gonna call them. They can walk on both. They can stand on two legs. In the movie, they're seen getting in a upright stance to yell and intimidate. But most of the time, they are running on all fours, right? So I would call them. I've what we're calling them is we're gonna call them facultative biquadruped. Okay, that's what we're gonna call it. But mostly do run on all fours. Its back 2 feet are developed into like a variation of, I guess you would call a hoof, really, but it's almost not quite like a hoof. You're probably seeing one right now, honestly, but they're hoof-like. They're definitely meant for running. That's what they're adapted for. It ain't really quite adapted for climbing or nothing like that. They do look like they could be some pretty hard weapons if they were to kick you with it, because they look very sturdy, right? So they got them back hoof-like feet, meaning you're not going to outrun them, which you weren't going to. Period. You're not outrunning any of these except the critter, maybe, but definitely not the animal. Let's see. Hoof feet, claws on its hands. Obviously, it does quickly finish you off in this movie. It does not play around in any type of 1v1. You trying to do something heroic, you die right off rip, and it don't give you no type of like sweet moment or like nothing like that in this movie. Okay, they are brutal and they get straight to the point. They don't do no waiting around like the monster did to kind of see what you're gonna do. They're trying to get to you, and they're smart too. They know how to figure out how to get to where you're at. Basically, in the movie, you got a group of people that are held up in the woods, right? Held up in the woods in a cabin. Okay, you got all the windows boarded up, bang, 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 nails and stuff. This thing's going around the house every so often doing patrols. You know, not low key. You ain't really seeing it doing all the time. Sometimes it's right up on the windows, directly checking, but a lot of the time it's just patrolling, looking for where the weak spots might be. Every time it tries to get in, it tries from a new spot to see where else might be, weak. Now they are afraid of fire. They are afraid of fire, but they're not afraid of light. Okay, gotta understand that. They are not afraid of a big ass flashlight pointed on them, crazy lumens on that sucker. They are not worried about that. They're only worried about like direct flame, right? That's the only thing that's really gonna scare them back. Um, they're strong, but they're not crazy strong. They're just a little strong. I mean, what you would expect a all muscly animal to be. At one point in the movie, it's trying to bust open this door, and three of them are able to initially hold it shut for the first burst of energy. Eventually, it's all the way down to just one person holding it, you know, for a couple moments before they get some more barricading on it. So it ain't crazy strong, but in a 1v1 with no door in between us, it might be kind of rough. It is damageable like a normal animal. In the movie, it's damaged by some mace. It gets sprayed with some mace and it kind of backs up for what it's doing. So something like that, I might be able to take that to my advantage, right? And a gun's gonna work good on it. In this movie, they ain't have no gun. Why? I have no clue. They didn't have no gun on them anywhere. And the crazy part is, the main people in the movie, they're going on a camping trip. And they didn't take no gun with them, so I don't know, anything really, because they have all their stuff on them. Do they? I think they do have most of their things on them at the point in the movie where it really matters. So, yeah, I'm thinking in the woods, one animal, no pack, which basically how it was in the movie anyway. I got some type of weapon. I'm honestly, I'm getting a little cocky. I'm thinking I might almost be able to take it on with some type of blade, some type of katana, some type of sword or something, right? Something heavy. But then again, I gotta hit it that first time, and it might be able to push through. I'm gonna need a gun, right? Give me a pistol. Give me a nice. You putting it down with 9 for sure. It's going down with some 9. You might not even need a rifle or nothing. You might be able to just get down with a pistol for real. In the movie, it dies from getting hit by a car, and they run it over a couple times. One of them, again, she was able to get to her car eventually, at the cost of everybody else. So it's tough. In a house with a gun, I'm liking my odds a lot. One route of travel cuts to come at me right there. Uh, Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that. I think we're gonna put him on. Yeah, we're putting him. Might scrap it out. Might scrap it out from the animal. Yeah, might scrap it out with the animal from animal. All right, put it on the books. Might scrap it out. That's number 7, y'all. All right, number 8. I doubt any of you will know this unless you grew up watching that sci-fi back in the day. Unless you were on the sci-fi channel late at night when you should have been asleep for school the next morning, you don't know about no monster wolf. All right, we're gonna be covering. Well, you already know it's the Konnichiwa, from Monster Wolf. Okay, now the Konnichiwa, it is a spiritual wolf, spiritually in a wolf-like form that basically comes to get you when you do bad deeds. Essentially, if you litter, if you like damage or mess with something religious, a religious artifact or place, or again, you just litter. That's all it takes to be a victim of this creature. Just littering, right? It appears wherever you are. It can teleport indoors and outdoors, wherever. Again, it's like a big wolf. I wouldn't say giant. I would say big ass wolf. Big ass wolf, right? Um, so it does wolf-like things. It'll jump on you. It'll bite the shit out of you, and it'll kill you. And if it's biting you, you're dying. You can't shoot it because again, it's a spirit wolf. So you can't kill it in any type of normal way. Don't give a shit about fire. It's fireproof. It can walk straight through fire. Couldn't give a less. It can survive. It can jump from the ground all the way up to a helicopter, kind of hovering maybe like 30, 40 feet above the ground. Jump up to the helicopter, turn into electricity, electrify the helicopter, fly, like crash down to the ground with it, survive the explosion, and then walk out of the helicopter flames. You see what I'm saying here? There's not much you can do. In the movie, it does eventually get defeated by dropping this wise Indian man's like tribal necklace, putting it down a shotgun, and shooting the wolf with the shotgun with the necklace. That's what kills it. And then she has to take the dust of this wolf and throw it in this little like this little Native American like shrine circle to, I guess, to lock it away from coming back, right? So let's just get straight to it. There's nothing we're gonna really be able to do. All right. If I go to hide, no matter how quick I am, no matter what door I get in, it's just gonna eventually be like if I was to come into my house, boom, lock the door. It was just outside the room. Now all of a sudden it's gonna be coming out my bathroom or something like that, bro. Like there ain't nothing I can do. I'm just gonna have to not litter. I'm gonna hope I don't somehow break some type of religious rule or disrespect something in some vague religion or native culture in some way ever. You know what I'm saying? Even vaguely, or I'm at risk of the Konnichiwa coming to get me. So at the end of the day, we're we're definitely gonna put the Konnichiwa from Monster Wolf in. I mean, 0% chance. How am I gonna beat it? First, I'd have to source the knowledge that I would need some type of Native American necklace to kill him. And at that point, I'm getting into the weeds of like, okay, well, like, what Native American, like, part of Native American, like, culture does it need to be coming from? So at that point, it's gonna get me and kill me. You know, I'm not gonna have the type of time, right? I would need outside help. So the Konnichiwa from Monster Wolf, it's going cannot survive. Sorry. Number 9, we're almost there, folks. We're almost there. Number 9 is gonna be the Sharktopus from Sharktopus. All right, I'm telling you, they cannot get any more creative with these names and with these ideas of monsters. Okay, top 10, one of the most efficient, one of the craziest killing machines ever made, one of the most genius creations of the U.S. government. Okay. Well, actually, it wasn't even the U.S. government. It was made for the U.S. government by a private research group. Okay. Now, it was genetically engineered. It was, like I said, for the U.S. government. I'm reading right here, for the U.S. Navy and Operation Blue Water. It was called Code Blue Water, not Operation Blue Water, but Code Blue Water was the name this little experiment was under. Basically, what it is, giant, great white, I guess more than likely, head, right? Way bigger than usual, attached to not a shark body, but an octopus tentacle body, right? And of course, it ain't normal length of like some, normal giant, giant Pacific octopus, I think is the name of the one giant octopus. It ain't even that big. It's huge, right? It's ginormous. And they're meant to be able to do damage to boats and the submarines and all that stuff. Because again, it is supposed to be a military weapon. So, yeah, it has these tentacles. It's controlled by this big collar they're using to control, at their will what they want it to do. In a horrible accident, a boat it runs into this like civilian boat, knocks the collar off. They lose control of it. Okay, they lose control of this guy, and now he's running wild, eating folks, swimming around, jumping up, eating people that are bungee jumping. It can also walk on land because it has giant tentacle legs, so it can come and get you out of your little villa. I mean, wherever you're at. You're mostly affected near bodies of water, though, because it is going to stay relatively near a big body of salt water specifically. But I believe it could probably do okay with some fresh water for real. I mean, what's really stopping it? Just take another quick dip in some salt water every once in a while. But yeah, another little sneaker pick for sure. The Sharktopus. Fighting it out in the woods, absolutely cooked. Cannot do anything about it. It's not bulletproof, but it is bullet resistant. It's hard to damage. You need like a lot of firepower to bring it down. Type of firepower I just ain't got. Unfortunately. It might be kind of unfair to throw the Sharktopus in a rankings list like this, just compared to how overpowered he kind of is in a 1v1 matchup. Just because I would need so much heavy duty artillery to take him out. But yeah, we're gonna put the Sharktopus in. See, here's the thing: I was gonna put him in. I don't know. Am I talking myself out of it? I was gonna put him in. Couldn't survive, but I don't know. In a house, shooting him up. Got some tannerite. I mean, that's like a mini bomb, basically. Get him close to that. Blow up some of them tentacles. It starts bleeding out. At the end of the day, it is only a shark. It's kind of smart, but it ain't that smart for real. I mean, it's just drove by that killer instinct. Got an AR, something like AR is it's gonna be our just default gun for today. Like a condo or something. I honestly, we're gonna do slight chance on the shark, but just because I feel like if he can't really like close that distance on you, you kind of got. Well, I don't know. Then I gotta close the distance on him. How am I gonna survive him? Then I can't ever leave. You can just get me anytime I leave. I think we're putting without any type of outside help, at all. I think we're gonna put Sharktopus in Can Beat. I mean, he's tough. What are we gonna do really for him? There's not much you can do. Sharktopus. That's designed to be extra tough and to probably be resistant to bullets and any type of small arms fire. And I don't have any type of grenade launchers or I don't have any type of functional flamethrower. I could come up with something on the fly, but not nothing super portable other than like a can of some gas I can mist. But just how dangerous does that get? Yeah, I'm just gonna put Sharktopus in. I'm starting to talk myself out of it again. Just to be safe, we're gonna put Sharktopus in. God no, we're gonna put him in Can't Beat. I might revise that one day. we're gonna put him in campy right now. 1-on-1, me having just a regular gun and some average around the house things in either a home, a regular home, average house, or the woods. We're not doing good. We're not doing good. It's too mobile. It's too fast. It's too long. We're gonna put him in campy. Okay. Last movie monster we're gonna be talking about is actually a bit of more of an alien, more alien-like than we're used to, right? This is gonna be The Harvesters from Skyline, another obscure horror movie or monster movie that I'm sure y'all ain't seen. Kind of niche. I'm into that type of thing. But these aliens are from a place called Cobalt 9. Is that correct? Fact check. Fact check. No. That was a complete lie, guys. They're from Cobalt 1, not Cobalt 9. I have no clue where I got that from. Anyways, Harvesters from Cobalt 9. The basic one that we're going with, the ones that kind of can fly around, big tentacle monster, can run around on their tentacles, get up in buildings, can also fly. These guys, now what they are, they're kind of like biomechanical, right? So they're like either half machine or we're just riding in these machines the whole time. I'm kind of unsure, honestly, but these guys in that form, the scary form either way, the harvester form, they're again, they can fly. They have these giant long like tentacle things, and all throughout their body, on the tentacles and on their main like little face area, they have these blue lights that will like if you look at it, it will like one transfix you too. Like you can't look away from it, and it'll straight up hypnotize you into just giving yourself over to it. Like you'll just once you see it, you get locked in this trance, and you just start walking towards them, and eventually, boom, they snatch you up, and then you know what they do to you? You know what they do to you then? They then take your brain out your fucking head, bro, and they use your brain to power their little machines, right? So if you like fuck them up real bad, at one point, and they'll also keep you inside their body too for later use, or to take you back to their little like mothership, where they're gonna use you for other things too, your brain power and all that. Almost like they're kind of harvesting your consciousness to a degree, actually. They're bullet resistant, but they're not like resistant to all damage. They can be hurt by physical melee damage. In the movie, one gets hit by a car into like a pillar and dies temporarily. But then the guy that was inside of it comes out, like falls out. They get him. It's this chick's wife or husband, and like, oh my god, we're so happy to have you. All of a sudden, off this dead alien, this tentacle comes up, boom, grabs him by the noggin, lifts him up, does a little thing with him, boom, he like pops off, and it's just his brain there remaining, right? His brain is like nervous system core, like a nerve core or something like that. And then it like out of its like aliusi pushes that one old brain out, and it pops a new one in, just like that, and it's back up and at it. But they luckily use that time to get away while it's doing all that. And it throws that Tahoe off of it, SUV, whatever it was, and gets right back to business. You know what I mean? Going and looking for more people to harvest. So I'm gonna keep it real with you. By seeing that, I'm liking my odds with a gun. Now, the only thing is, you can't really look directly at it, right? You're kind of good though, looking anywhere else at it. Like if you're looking like at it kind of more as tentacles, as long as you don't let it like directly get up in your face and you know be that the only thing you can see, you're kind of good. As long as you can lay down some fire, kind of keep them eyes squinted, you turn your head, you know, boom, 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 cutting angles, you might be good. In a building, you're even better. You know, if they can't move much, you're even better. You can lay down some fire for real and really get them out of there. The only mistake you could make would be killing one. I believe we could gun it down for sure, easy peasy. Gun it down. I could gun it down. Only mistake I could make at that point would be getting comfortable enough to get near the dead body. All right, never do that. Always double tap, full clip on that motherfucker. Full clip. That's the double tap. And then we're getting closer to investigate. Maybe we're probably not even getting close at that point. We're probably still like throwing some gasoline over there, throwing like a little Molotov cocktail onto them, something like that. Even in the house, fuck it, we're burning the house down at that point. Okay. Harvesters, either way, even with them being yeah, no, I don't think they're that tough. As long as I can fight them in some type of enclosed area, I think I'm better off. I think I'm better off for sure. They also fought one with a fireman's axe, emergency axe. Like it ain't that crazy. If I'm being smart with it, I should be able to get them out of there. The only thing is, I cannot look directly at its lights. Okay, as long as I don't do that, I should be good. So with that, we're gonna put the harvesters from Skyline on a bit of a scrap, y'all. Bit of a scrap, but I think we got it. I think we got it for sure. And that concludes our movie monster ranking video, bro. And on how likely we are to survive. I know we kind of talked it out with a couple of them. Might need to revise them eventually. As of right now, honestly though, I'm feeling pretty confident. I suggest all of you go check these movies out, especially The Monster, Animal. Okay, it's called Animal, and Annihilation. Annihilation is good with the mutant bear. That's a really good one. There's also some other little creatures in there that you might like. I didn't add. There's one I would add onto a video, but I haven't for this one. And if you know, you know. So if y'all like this, let me know. Till then, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.